Putin has never played the game the way the U.S. did in Iraq. If he had, he would have knocked out every power plant in the country 9 months ago. He would have knocked out all the rail intersections 9 months ago. He's actually shown incredible restraint compared to the way NATO goes and rescues countries that they think need to be liberated. The explosion of the Nord Stream pipeline going into Germany. And now the big question is, who did that? Who benefits? I think that needs to be defined. I also find it interesting that no one's really claiming that it wasn't an act of some kind of sabotage. But at the same time, this is hundreds of miles inside NATO territorial waters where this occurred, just a few miles off a Danish island and off the coast of Sweden. So the naval Spetsnaz team, combat swim all the way in there and do this unbeknownst to our NATO allies. If they did, then NATO is a totally incompetent organization and the whole continent could be taken down at will. My guess is it was probably someone on our side trying to force the issue where Russia and the West are concerned. And I think we're going to find out who that is eventually. Russia's now said they're more than happy to rebuild it. I don't think they would desire to do that if they were responsible, right? I think there'd be much more anger and bluster, accusations coming from their side. I think they're just watching this thing play out, just like they're watching the meat grinder of the Dnieper front tear the soul and heart out of the manhood of Ukraine. And it's happening before our eyes. Their casualties are much higher than Russia's. They have a much smaller population. Simple attrition will take them down. And I've said this before. Putin has never played the game the way the U.S. did in Iraq. If he had, he would have knocked out every power plant in the country 9 months ago. He would have knocked out all the rail intersections 9 months ago. He's actually shown incredible restraint compared to the way NATO goes and rescues countries that they think need to be liberated. And so I think we need to step back. I think that there's going to be a negotiated peace at some point. I think that Putin is going to keep those regions. I said it for 6, 7, 8 months. The Dnieper River is going to be the line, and they're going to be forced to suck it up. And now Europe, this is the great irony of this European economy on its knees because of their lack of fuel is going to be forced to pay the ransom to keep whoever replaces Zelensky happy and like, okay, this is a good deal. We got another $100 billion off the backs of Western European and American taxpayers. And let's not forget another thing that the Europeans are doing, especially from a Christian perspective. The fact that the Europeans are more wealthy than the third world countries, and there is a limited supply of liquefied natural gas and a limited supply of ships that can transport it and degasify it on site, they are overbidding all of the third world. So you are now watching places that traditionally have been very Western aligned, like Vietnam and Thailand and Malaya and Indonesia and Pakistan and Bangladesh. You're watching them cut power to their people and cut gas that they used to cook with to their people so that the Germans can, genuflect about their moral superiority over Ukraine. I mean, the problems that this is causing around the world are really unimaginable, and the West needs to put a brake on all of it, in my opinion.
What's your take on endgame here? Where are they going with this? What is the agenda, if you will, of what seems like the Biden administration or whoever's behind the puppet? But what do you think is endgame for them?
I don't think they can perceive the endgame. I think that they come from a place of hubris and total arrogance. I think that they've been used to bullying the world for the last 50 years to do America's bidding. Just when I was in Switzerland this last spring, the U.S. government threatened the Swiss government over going after all their banks if Swiss did not give up their neutrality over Ukraine, which they did. right? You saw Sweden decide they want to join NATO, and guess what? The government that decided that got replaced big time. Same is going to happen in Finland. The people of the world are starting to wake up to the fact that they are not simply puppets that people in Foggy Bottom in Washington, D.C. and in Langley pull the strings of. They have human agency and they have concerns of their own that don't necessarily align with a progressive desire to make Putin go away.
News. Check the links in the description to read more and connect with us on social media so that you can stay up to date with all the latest life, family, faith, and freedom news. Thanks for watching, and may God bless you.